What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and I played the original game quite a bit. My son is obsessed with Hot Wheels and has quite a collection of the cars, and we enjoy playing the game together. So I've actually been looking forward to this one and figured since I was grabbing it anyway, we would cover it here on the Steam Deck and Ally, but performance is a bit different. So let's go ahead and get a look at it here. Starting with the Steam Deck, this isn't a verified game right now. However, I haven't had any problems launching it and running it or anything like that. We're at 720p because I'm docked here the way I'm recording, 120 FPS cap to start with, and medium for our settings, but we're going to bump that up to high as well here in just a little bit. And I focused mainly on one or two courses, but I have played quite a few courses on both devices to give me an idea about consistency of performance. And on the Steam Deck here at 720p medium with 120 FPS cap, I just wanted to see what the frame rate would do above 60. So if you're docked and you're wanting to play, you know, a higher resolution, or you're wanting to play more FPS, is the overhead there to be able to do that. And for the most part here, you can see we get a very smooth experience here on the Steam Deck, even with the unlocked frames here going above 60 FPS. It really feels pretty great to play, and frame times are pretty good. We don't get a lot of spikes. We do get those frame drops and turns and things, which we'll talk about more on the Ally, but they're not near the game-breaking experience here on the deck that they are over there on the Ally. Now, I went ahead and bumped things up to high and turned motion blur off here to see what would happen, and I also restarted the game a couple of times because I wasn't sure that performance was consistent, and it was actually. Even on high, we're getting a very good frame rate, very playable, fantastic experience here on the Steam Deck. And it's not that I expected this game to be that hard to run or anything, but I wasn't expecting it to necessarily be this great on the Steam Deck, so it was a good experience. Now, if you cap things to 60, which of course makes sense if you're in handheld mode, playing on the 60 Hz screen of the deck, it feels really good as well. Super smooth experience at 60, longer battery life, more overhead on the system, and really no complaints how things are running here at that. And we really don't dip below that 60, which is a different experience than what we get over on the ROG Ally. So performance here is great on the Steam Deck, really enjoyable, can definitely recommend it. Let's jump over to the ROG Ally though, and take a look at that performance. Now over here on the Ally, just right off the bat, I was getting a lot more stutter and issues loading into courses and getting into the game. And this was pretty concerning. Even at 1080p, I figured 20 watts, we should be able to run this game at a decent FPS here. And I had 120 uncapped here. And it was pretty rough. I mean, this is the same settings I had running over on the Steam Deck at 15 watts at 720p, and we were doing really well over there. High on the FPS. If we capped the 60, we never went below, but man, I'll tell you, the frame dips we get on the Ally with this game and frame time issues, as you can see here, all the way down to 29 FPS, nothing like the experience I get over on the Steam Deck. And I think, even though I've talked about this in videos all the time, I'm gonna chalk this up to needing an updated GPU driver, especially to go with this new BIOS here of the 330. But switching things over here to 25 watt turbo mode and letting it ride all the way to 30 watts, not really any improvement. Yeah, we can get more FPS overall, but those hiccups and problems that really break you out of the game experience, especially in turns and can really ruin the race for you, are still persistent no matter what I do with this game. Even if I cap the 60 FPS, which if I do over on the Steam Deck with really any number of settings, we never dip below. Even if I go on the same courses, same turns, this area here that's coming up that always dips on me, it just doesn't matter. I restarted the Ally many times. I went through and played these courses over and over again, tried all different kinds of settings. I even messed with the VRAM, changing from my 4 gigs. I never was able to get the game to run any better than this. Even at 720p here, running everything at 25 watts, yeah, we get a much higher FPS, and in handheld mode with VRR, when it's working normally, this looks fantastic, but you still get a lot of hiccups and things that just ruin the experience that you just don't experience over on the Steam Deck, where they do have the OS and the drivers and everything a lot more smoothed out. And even though overall we might not be able to push the max FPS that the Ally can here in this game, it certainly is, at least right now, in my opinion, a better experience over on the Steam Deck. Now here at 1080p again, medium settings, still getting all those same hiccups and hitches. And like I said, I really tried a lot of restarts, different settings, different combos of things, and I can never get the game to run any better here on the Ally for me. So While I'm loving Sonic Superstars on the Ally and much prefer it over the Steam Deck, when it comes to Hot Wheels Unleashed here, I gotta say for now, I'll be playing on the Steam Deck over the Ally until this gets straightened out for us. But anyways, guys, that's what I'm seeing here for performance on my end. Let me know if you've tried the game on your Ally or your Steam Deck and what you're seeing. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.